we've got an excellent guest next because...
Come back to the show. We're not going to do any more spoilers.
Yes.
We're talking something else now.
Yeah, we're talking swimming now.
Yeah.
We're not talking swimming, but one of my swimming friends, although Libby Trickett was...
Did you guys ever race against?
I was going to say Libby
quite the
Trickett.
intro.
That's probably Libby Trickett. That's probably an insult to you because you came fair distance after me, didn't you? In age, not place.
What an intro. What a great intro.
Oh, no.
That's the best intro I've ever had, you guys. Thank you. I was a little bit younger than you, but I always get mistaken as you. So,
really?
Do you get mistaken?
Yeah,
I get mistaken for you and Liesl Jones.
Really?
Do you get Liesl Jones as well?
Always. Liesl, they're like, oh, breaststroke. And I'm like, no, dude. Breaststroke is.
No, dude.
And you get that the other way too, Suze. You get Libby and Liesl.
And Liesl, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of an insult if you're younger because Bronte Campbell always gets me.
Really?
And, she's about 20 years younger.
Campbell. Oh, yeah, she's still kicking around.
I haven't had Dawn Fraser yet. So.
So what are you doing this Coastrek thing? So it's a big walk.
Yeah, what is this?
Explain it to us, please.
Yeah, basically it's an opportunity for women and men and women, to get out and join in on a either 30K walk or a 60K walk. It's at the Sunshine Coast on the 15th of July, and registrations close on the 3rd of June. So it's an awesome event. This will be my 5th time. I haven't learned my lesson. Walking 30Ks is a long way. I've actually done it 3 times while I've been pregnant. So it's manageable for everybody. It's much easier if you're not pregnant, just to be clear. But yeah, 30Ks, it's a beautiful location on the Sunshine Coast, walking all the way to Noosa. And yeah, it's just an opportunity, I think, for people to get out in the incredible nature, although at the moment the weather is a bit wild and chaotic. But we have such a beautiful natural environment here to get moving, which is something that I'm really passionate about to manage my mental health. And it's all raising money to go towards Beyond Blue, which is, I don't know, for me that ticks all the boxes. It's exercise, it's connecting with your friends, and it's raising money for a great charity. So
yeah, that's great. And I'll just give a quick plug, Suze, the registration for Coastrek, if you'd like to be there with Libby on the Sunshine Coast. The registrations close June 3. So you've still got a little bit of time, but if you can visit coastrek.com.au, as you said, get a team together, get some friends together, Libby, and even if it's a wet weekend this weekend, I'm actually thinking of heading up into the mountains at some stage this weekend because, like, the waterfalls will be going off their nut this weekend. It'd be beautiful up there.
Yeah, would be good.
Absolutely.
I've done it a few times, Libby, as well, because they also have them in Sydney and Melbourne. And you can make a weekend of it, this Sunshine Coast one, can't you? Like, you can go and you can get accommodation at Noosa, drive back, do the walk, finish at Noosa, go to a restaurant or a cafe or whatever. It's pretty fun.
And that's what I'm all about as a mature age lady. To be able to participate in these sorts of events and make it a weekend. It's something that my friends and I really love to do. And yeah, it's honestly, it just ticks all the boxes. And yeah, finishing at Noosa is just beautiful.
Yeah, what a spot.
Now, I follow you on Insta, Libby, and I see you jumping up and down like a rabbit, like every day. You're
Jackrabbit.
Oh, you are. You're doing all of the exercising and all of the rest of it. And the other thing that I see that you're involved in, and I know you're passionate about, is your podcast, Unlocking Her Potential, which, you've had some great interviews on that podcast. Are you going to sit down, Suze, with Libby and
I think
and
a different podcast. You've got a couple of podcasts going, don't you, Libby? Libby's asked me.
So my business is Unlocking Her Potential. Thanks for the plug. I really appreciate that.
What's the podcast?
The podcast is called All That Glitters, and yes, I have hit Susie up.
Yes.
I'm like, Susie, please.
It's mainly about, I've listened to a few of them. They're excellent. Is it mainly about transitioning? Is it from transitioning from anything to anything, or is it specifically sports people to other things?
So basically, I talk to people through the lens of transitioning from elite sport into life after. But for me, I just, having had a little bit of life experience now, it's just about transition. It's just about finding your new identity through all of the ups and downs of life, and certainly in that quite acute transition from sport into life after. And, yeah, I've had some amazing guests on the podcast like Kurt Fernley, David Pocock, so many incredible athletes. Lane Beachley was another amazing chat. But, yeah, I'm really passionate about it because it's something that needs to be discussed. I think that's a particular area for athletes that is quite challenging, and you kind of think you're 6 foot tall and bulletproof, and you're like, that won't affect me, or that's a future me problem. And then you get there and you realise that whatever it might be, whether it's lack of identity, lack of routine. Yeah, lack of purpose, lack of passion.
Skills.
Oh my God,
it's all of the above. It can be all.
Lack of intelligence.
It can be all of the above, can't it? Though? Yeah. I don't think I've ever met an athlete that hasn't struggled in one shape or form in that transitionary period.
Correct.
And you're right.
But we all do.
Yeah, and that's it. Because athletes are high profile, I guess it shines a light on it for other people that are going through a similar thing. That's great.
Yeah, no, it's a really great conversation, and it opens up. That's the goal, right? Is it opens up the conversations with other people about how they're feeling in their lives, and again, that's something that I'm really passionate about. Whether it's through All That Glitters or unlocking her potential, it's it's fun. It feels good.
It's good work, Libby, and if you'd like to come along and meet Libby and be a part of that Coastrek, don't forget the registrations close 3rd of June, coastrek.com.au for further information. Sounds like it'll be great. And continued success with, unlocking her potential and also with the podcast, All the Glitters. Libby Trickett, thank you.
You guys are legends. Thank you.
See you, Libby.